Hi, my name is Roxanne. Welcome to my channel, Thoughts from Roxanne Malaya. Before I get started with today's topic, I'd like to remind you to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you'll always be notified when I post a new video. This video is dedicated to all those loved ones who've moved beyond our physical form. This year has been globally impactful as COVID-19 has and continues to ravage the world population. So many people have either lost someone or know someone who has lost a loved one during this pandemic. Wherever we turn, there are stories about the number of people who've tested positive, contracted, or succumbed to COVID. This devastation is on top of the many other ways in which loved ones move out of our physical existence. Those haven't stopped either. Like many others, I've lost the physical presence of friends and family this year. With the end of a year that's devastated so many families worldwide, only a short time away, I found myself reflecting on the concept of death and how I've handled that sorrowful moment and how I've handled the sorrowful moments I've experienced this year and in years past. Although I don't consider myself a religious person anymore, I think it's easier for more people to understand religious terms. So, in the hope that my words will bring comfort to more people who may be struggling with the grief of losing the physical presence of a loved one, I'll use concepts more people are comfortable with. When an extremely good person dies tragically and or suddenly, when the phone rings or there's a knock on the door, or you open the newspaper and find that someone you never expected to die is suddenly gone, when a happy, healthy, expectant mother dies in childbirth or a baby is stillborn, it's only normal to ask the question, why? We look around and see people who are far less deserving in our minds, living long lives, apparently prosperous, healthy, and happy, but they are reprehensible, rotten to the core. And the someone we thought had so many good years ahead of them has been snatched away from our lives. It's only natural to ask, why did God let this happen? The Creator doesn't let bad things happen to good people. People cause bad things to happen to people. When someone young, someone good, someone innocent dies, I believe that it serves as a warning to humanity that we are treading the wrong path. The death of someone we felt deserved to die wouldn't send as powerful a message. Quite the contrary. Such a death might feel so justified that we could miss the Creator's message that this existence is a step on the way to being divine. I believe that divinity is the end goal for us all. And that in this incarnation, we must choose a path that elevates. I find it impossible to believe in a creative force that so many religions say is all knowing, all powerful, but which would condemn something, his energy brought into existence for eternity, rather than set up teachable moments so that his creations might learn to be like him. But we must learn to choose the paths that elevate of our own free will. We can't have it both ways. Either we want the freedom and the responsibility that choice involves, or we want to be controlled, ruled over by a God who has no regard for free will. Remember when you were a child and all your actions were scripted, dictated by your parents? Is that the way you would prefer the Creator be? Could he ever really trust that we were made in his image if he had to dictate our every action, our every thought? There's a sort of arrogance that leads many of us to believe that we are already the height of his creation, to believe that there is nothing else in the universe better suited to be in his image than us. When he chose to make us in his image, that image was not flesh, blood, eye, and skin color. It was and is our spiritual essence, the purity of our consciousness. I believe that his ultimate goal is to have all of us rejoined with him, moving beyond this transient form we call humanity. I believe that we are here on earth to begin the journey of how to be in his image. I am comforted when I lose the physical presence of someone I love and admire by what I prefer to believe about life and living. I prefer to believe that this incarnation is a training ground and that we are here to learn in certain measure what it takes to be like him. I prefer to believe that when you master the lessons of this level, there's no further reason to be here, and you are allowed to leave this body in preparation for your next realm of divinity. I prefer to believe that how you leave and when you leave is dictated by the reason you were placed in the lives of those you encounter. Are you to serve as a reminder, a role model, an inspiration, a wake up call for them to push through to meet their destiny? I prefer to believe that sometimes all it takes to reach completion in this realm is that you be conceived and carried in a righteous womb, which leads me to believe that this is why some infants and fetuses may not become full term or may not live long after birth. I prefer to believe that we don't remember our other incarnations so that we might work more honestly through whatever our karma deems necessary. I prefer to believe that because he is a jealous God and truly wants us with him, he allows us to send ourselves through pain, sorrow, deprivation, whatever it takes, whatever we choose to endure to get the lesson completed. I prefer to believe that ultimately we are all returned to him, to be part of him and in an eternal oneness that none of us can truly even imagine. I prefer to believe that those who have left my physical world far too early and in ways that cause me to ask why are wrapped in the next realm of their progress toward that oneness. I prefer to believe they passed the test. I'm ending by featuring pictures many of us will recognize as good people not perfect people, who we have asked why when we found out they had moved beyond our realm. Please spend a few minutes thinking of those you love who have moved forward and add their faces to this collage. Then thank the divine creative force for placing them in your life and remember them with love and gratitude, not with sorrow and pain.